All right, we're back. Happy Monday, guys. It's your boy Stas here. Got my good old double espresso as always, right? Cheers. As well, we have a mixed bag in the market today. The Russell and the Dow are up, but the S&P and the Qs are down. So we have to break down what's going on in the market. 5 stocks I'm watching now, all of which are reporting earnings this week. And overall, we have to break down where my head's at, stocks I'm looking to buy, the whole 9 yards, guys. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe. Feel free to join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, investments, my private Discord. All that's on Patreon, link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stasairfest.com/Patreon. And now, cheers, take a sip of your coffee, guys, and let's dive into it. So again, every index, well, is all over the place. The Dow's up about 0.25%, the Russell's up 0.5%, but the Qs are seeing pressure today as a lot of the big tech stocks are selling off. We're talking Google is down almost 7%. Massive red day for Google. Amazon's down over 4%, Meta's down 3%, which I think I'll make a video more on those later today, but quickly, let me show you these charts. Amazon looks like it wants to fill this gap down to about 220, 225, which we have talked about before here on the channel, and we're noticing pressure on all these big tech stocks because they're looking to raise more money to fund the AI build out. So we're seeing short-term weakness in their stock prices for the long-term gain, hopefully, right? If they're able to monetize on all this AI spend, which I think they will. But you can see that's causing short-term pressure on the share prices of Amazon. Again, looking to fill this gap down to about 220, 225, which honestly, I'm all for. I want to add more Amazon. I've been waiting to buy Leaps. We're almost there, guys. And Google, which you guys know, I've owned this stock for years, man. It's down 7%. We're pretty much retesting that 340, 345 old resistance as support. This is a critical spot. And overall, these stocks are still great in great positions. They're uptrending. We're just noticing short-term weakness. And again, this is dragging down the Qs, right? The S&P as well, as the Dow and the Russell are in the green. So the Qs are down 0.5%, same with the S&P, but the Dow's up 0.25% and the Russell's up almost 0.5%. And oh, by the way, the Russell hit over 3,000 points today, man. All-time high and a milestone for the index, as the Dow hit, I think, all-time highs on Thursday, was it? Yeah, we hit Thursday or Wednesday. We hit over 52,000 points on the Dow, which is remarkable. And oil, by the way, we saw some news over the weekend from Iran, the United States, the back and forth, which caused oil to go up yesterday in the future session. Oil's now back down. WTI crude is down 2.75%, as Brent crude oil is down 2.5%, both trading in the mid-high 70s per barrel, and that's down big time, obviously, from where these prices were a couple months ago. And they're heading in the right direction, right? They're heading in the right direction, which is the main thing that matters here for for inflation, and of course, for overall the economy. You know what I mean? High oil prices are not good. We want to see them come down, and that's exactly what we're getting. Cheers to that, guys. Let me get a sip of my coffee here, man. Come on. There we go, man. Nothing like a nice double espresso with some ice, a little bit of, what do I put in there? Milk, a little milk, right? Nothing crazy. Yeah, it's amazing, man. So yeah, that's what we're seeing in the overall landscape today. Oil's down, VIX is up, Bitcoin's up as well, funny enough. BTC's at 65K per Bitcoin right now, up around 3%. And again, the indices are a mixed bag. So with that being said, guys, now that we talked about a little bit about the markets, big tech, kind of why the market's being dragged down, let's go over some stocks I'm watching, as all of these are reporting earnings this week, some earlier than others. So let's just break down these stocks in order of, in my opinion, importance. So number one is Micron, ticker MU, which is up to over 11.90 a share right now, up 5% on the day, and we hit over $1,200 a share earlier in the session. Insane, man. And they have earnings coming up on Wednesday in the aftermarket, and this is playing out exactly like we talked about, right? We have earnings, on Wednesday aftermarket, the 24th. This cup and handle that we called out is playing out to a T, is it not? I mean, look at this cup and handle that we completely nailed. You can see the cup, the handle, and the breakout now, which started to play out a little bit on Thursday. Now it's fully playing out as, again, we hit 1,200. This stock is going ballistic heading into earnings, which is exactly what happened last quarter, and the stock sold off 35% after earnings. Not the day after, but it took a little bit to come down. If I go back over to the chart, let me show you this, guys. We hit about 475, and let's say 2 weeks later, not even 10 days later, we were down to 315. That was a 35% drop. Not saying it's going to happen again. All I'm saying is Micron is priced to perfection right now, in a pretty shaky overall market where the Qs haven't hit all-time highs in about a month. About a month. I mean, look, last time the Qs hit all-time highs were on the 3rd of June. Now we're on the 22nd of June, so about 3 weeks. So the market's a bit shaky. We have, again, the back and forth in Iran, a little uncertainty there from the weekend. And I just think Micron is too hot heading into the print. Not saying it can't go higher. Who knows? Maybe it goes to 13, 1,400 after earnings. But for me, I'm not in it right now. I locked in my profits, and I'm just on the sidelines. I wrote it up from 900, actually 890, up to about 1130, 40 roughly. And listen, man, I'm cool. If I miss a big move here, it is what it is. It's all part of the game. But if it does what it did last quarter and it sells off, I think that's opening up for another great entry on the dip, if we get it. So that's a quick rundown here. Cup and handle has played out. I just think we're a little overbought, a little too hot heading into earnings on Wednesday. So EPS is projected at $20.05 versus $1.91 from last year. Think about that, guys. They're pretty much 10xing their EPS year over year, and revenue is expected at $35 billion versus $9.3 billion from last year. That would be up 276% year on year. So insane growth, insane numbers, but how much of that is already priced in? Is too much priced in? That's the $1 million question, man. And if Micron comes in, let's say a little soft on guidance, a little soft here, there, I think this stock could sell off, and I think an entry point could be coming soon. I just think now there's no point to chase it, no point to FOMO. That's just me, though. I think patience is key here on Micron. And look, I've made a lot of money on it throughout the year. I've been in and out, and at this point, I'm cool with just sitting on my hands, sitting on some cash, waiting for the next opportunity on Micron. So number 2 here, guys, is Carnival Cruise Line, ticker CCL, Carnival Corporation. This stock looks interesting. We're running into earnings very similar to Micron. Earnings are actually tomorrow morning on Carnival Cruise Line, and analysts have them doing earnings per share of 34 cents versus 35 cents from last year on revenue of $6.69 billion versus $6.33 billion from last year. That would be up 5.8% year on year. Not too bad. Obviously nowhere near Micron's growth, but Carnival still expected to grow about 6% top line year on year. Not too bad. And look, oil prices are a major catalyst for Carnival Cruise Line. Why do you think the stock went ballistic, a week ago, 10 days ago, as oil prices were coming down? I mean, they have been coming down, but the more they come down, the better for Carnival, as they operate cruise ships that require massive amounts of oil. That's a major expense for the business, So prices come down, better for Carnival Cruise Line. And that's a big reason why we're seeing the stock move. But the question is it too overbought heading into earnings? It might, but look, this stock is one of the stocks that could go higher on good guidance. Let's say we get more good news around Iran, Trump, the Strait, the United States. Oil prices continue to come down. This is going to be a tailwind for the stock, and we could be seeing the mid-30s, right? Honestly, I think we could be going higher here, but we might be due for a pullback before we go higher. And Carnival, the cruise lines, have been stocks that I've been watching, Carnival in particular, ever since the entire Iran conflict popped off. I've been watching these as bounce back candidates. And looks like we're starting to bounce back now as, again, things are cooling off. Oil's coming down. So CCL, must-watch stock. We have a bit of a lopsided inverse head and shoulders here. Not looking the best, but it is one nonetheless. And I think we could be going higher here, maybe after a pullback, though. We'll see. CCL is a must-watch here, guys. Earnings, again, are tomorrow morning on the 23rd. Keep your eyes on them, and FedEx as well. Very important company here, guys. Ticker FDX, and holy smokes, I just realized they've been uptrending all year, and even at the end of last year, and now we're trading at about 330 after hitting 348 just about a week, 10 days ago. So this, honestly, just based on the charts, could be a continuation play. We have nice higher highs, higher lows being made. Earnings are coming up on the 23rd, so tomorrow, not in the morning though, like CCL, but in the aftermarket, we're getting FedEx's earnings. And again, this could be a continuation play as we're holding higher lows, making higher highs. Uptrend looks phenomenal. Let's just see again if we bounce off this 180 moving average. So earnings per share is projected at $5.95 versus $6.07 from last year. On revenue, let's see, of over $24 billion, that's the estimate, versus $22.22 billion from last year. That would be up 8.1% year on year. Not bad, man, not bad. And it's all going to come down to guidance. And if they double beat, I feel like that's all it's going to take to push the stock even further. The uptrend's intact. We're seeing a nice drawdown, about $20 heading into the print. I think that's a good enough dip that could warrant a nice, dip buy opportunity if we get good earnings, and I think it'll react in a positive way. So that's FedEx. And by the way, guys, before we dive into stock 4 and stock 5, make sure to subscribe. I think 50% of you on YouTube are not subscribed yet, and I know for sure most of you guys following on Facebook, watching the content, you haven't hit that follow button yet. So make sure to subscribe, hit that follow button. I appreciate you all, as always, as we're on the road to 100,000 followers on both platforms, YouTube and Facebook. So number 4 is Cerebrros, ticker CBRS. Let's pull it up. They just IPO'd, you guys know. And this is the first earnings report of this public company, or the first report. What am I saying here? From this company as a public company, right? Their first report as a public company, and that's coming up on the 23rd, tomorrow, on Tuesday after the bell. And analysts have them doing on average negative 17 cents earnings per share, so they're going to lose money on revenue of around $181 million. And look, the hype has died down. This company IPO'd, the stock went to 400, and now we're at 228. This is why I avoid IPOs, even if they're the hottest IPO on the market, like SpaceX, for example. Even SpaceX is falling off a cliff, man. This thing IPO'd at 135, it ran to 230, now we're down to 168. And I know, you would have made money if you bought on IPO day. You would still be up. But guys, the hype is slowly starting to die down. SpaceX is down 27% from highs. And Cerebrros, going back to it, is down, well over that. We're talking 41%. So I think overall, this, hey, I mean, look, it's down 40%. We have been consolidating. This could potentially run on a good earnings report considering how much it's come down from IPO day, but I'm not too excited about it. I'm not going into it before earnings, me personally. I mean, it's still a freshly public company, and who knows how the reaction is going to be. But if they do crush it, man, if they do crush it on EPS, revenue, guidance, the fact that it is down 40% from highs, maybe it causes a short-term rally. But again, they just IPO'd. We got to be careful. And their earnings are tomorrow in the aftermarket. And last but not least, guys, Blackberry, ticker BB, which this chart looks great. It looks really good. Blackberry got a huge, or started to see a huge run back in the end of March. We hit $3 and we got all the way to 12 by the beginning of June. We're talking a nice 4 or 5x or 3-4x, whatever that is, over the span of 2 months, 2-3 months. Now it's pulled back from $12 to about $8.90. Let me get some water here, guys. Cheers. And the uptrend is holding. Uptrend's holding. You guys see the chart looks great. We're making a higher low here. Now let's wait and see if we're able to actually confirm what's it called? The breakout again, If we're able to take out, let's say, $9, $9.25, $9.50, that would be a spot where this could really start to take off. And I like the chart. I think that could happen heading into earnings, especially after earnings if their numbers are super strong. So earnings per share is estimated at 3 cents versus 2 cents from last year. On revenue, let's see, analysts have them doing 138 million versus 121.7 million from last year. That would be up 13% year over year. Very good, man. Very good. Well, maybe not very good, but if they come in hotter than that, guys, growing more than that, this could cause the stock to break through. And I like the setup. I like the setup so much, actually. I'm going to set my alert at $9. I'll do 2 alerts on this one and one at $9.25. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Big week ahead for the market for a lot of these stocks. We have a lot of earnings coming up, and big tech is starting to sell off a bit, which is dragging down a lot of these indices, which I think honestly is a buying opportunity. I think Amazon's a buy. I think Google is a good time to add, but that's just me. Trade at your own risk. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, and join my Patreon, guys. I'm telling you, if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, investments, everything in real time, and if you want to be a part of my private Discord, that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocsurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the Patreon, and shout out to everybody that's joined. A lot of new members recently. Hope you guys are finding value, or if you don't join, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.